How's that? Everybody hear everything now? For whatever reason, I gotta get rid of this. Which means when I do any other thing, okay. Is it looped at all? Because I feel like it might be looped. It can pick up the background music. All right. Yeah, and I don't know why it's not showing in my sources. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're here building. It works now. It's all good. So let's get to building. Welcome in again. Thank you for being here. Hello, everybody. Hello, Missy, Johnny, and Bev. Thank you, as always, for being here. So this guy got knocked off the table. This guy got knocked off the table the other day. I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, I was trying to do a video for the convention mock for Brick Rodeo, and I was trying to organize and get like lights and what's, you know, a tripod for or the stand for my camera, and I kept moving stuff and just this guy got knocked off. So he's missing this whole bar that comes out with the two things on it, and I have no idea where it is, so I'm gonna have to do like a hard target search of all the stuff around here and see if I can find it, and I'm just worried that it's gonna be gone forever. And I haven't even finished building it. It's already had to rebuild all this other stuff. These are wrong. Gotta get those fixed. So anyway, I'm gonna try to keep these out of my way, but they're actually a lot bigger than it seems in real life. And the yellow one is awkward. It just sticks out in all funky directions. So make sure you put it someplace that's flat and you're not going to walk by it and catch an arm or something. Or put him in the middle. Him, her, whatever. Put the figure in the middle. So I'd like to thank Missy and Bev and our other lug friend Frankie for coming over last night and helping basically get the flower wall sets all put back together in their bags with their appropriate instructions. It's going to help go a long way towards getting the... Oh, and this is borked again. I'm going to pick a different camera and hit OK. And then try this camera again. I don't know why it keeps doing this to me. I'm going to have to keep me posted in the chat because sometimes I may not see it. This camera is giving me problems tonight. So, and the dogs have been barking at me. And I'm in a bad mood. I'm just in a bad mood. I am excited for Brick Rodeo, though. That's coming up next week. A week from today, actually, will be the start, officially. Although there will be people there starting Tuesday to load things in. Wednesday, we are okay as mock builders to bring in some stuff as well. To get loaded into the space, and which is good because I've got a big schedule and I don't know how much time I'm going to need to do all my mock setup. So, and the downside is I won't be able to hang out with my mocks all that much. I'm doing too many mocks and I've signed up for too much stuff, and I feel like I'm going to be really kind of crazed by the end of this. I'm going to be tired. The good news is I don't have to be there really early. A lot of my stuff doesn't start till maybe 1 or 2 in the afternoon on some days, so I don't have to be there all the time. so I can kind of roll in whenever I feel like it, but also gives me time to then hang out with the mocks and see other mocks. And I don't think it's gonna matter, but I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna do a new scene. And I don't know what I did with this now. Everything's gone. Why is everything gone? I set this up at 7:40. Like it was all working. Now it's not finding the other camera. All right, I don't have anything else running that could use the camera. I don't want to restart this all. Let me unplug it and plug it back in. Maybe it'll find it. That sucks, man. What the actual F? Well, that finds it just fine. Okay, don't know what that was. So now I gotta rebuild all this. And I gotta flip it. Transform, flip, horizontal. Okay, I got that camera done. And then I need another camera. Call this camera table. Again. It's exactly how I want to spend my first few minutes on a stream. Okay, see how long that lasts. Luckily, I don't think I'll have to restart anything, so yeah, that would be brutal after getting everything set up. And I mean, that took 15 minutes after I'd spent 15 minutes getting all set up before the stream. Like, walked through, set everything up, made sure the ticker was right, got the music, went to the bathroom, came back, started it, and it went, nope. This is what I'm drinking tonight because of this. It's 11. This thing always gets in my way. There's a little handheld camera thing on here that just bothers me. It's 11% ABV. It's a bourbon barrel aged stout. Bourbon barrel aged stouts are my favorite beers. And Dragon's Milk's not one of my favorite brands, but a friend of mine. Oh, smooth. Got a 4-pack for my birthday. So anyway, continuing on with the build and talking about Brick Rodeo. So there's a lot going on at Brick Rodeo. I'll bring up a schedule maybe here in a little bit and show you what's going on if you're interested. There are a lot of games to be played. There are a lot of talks to be watched, workshops to be attended. I've probably got about 6 or 7 events a day, maybe 5 or 6 events a day, on top of setting up mocks, likely helping out with other stuff, just because you're in the lug, and so sometimes you'll just get flagged to go help with things. I'm going to try to keep a low profile and remember to hydrate and remember to wear nice comfortable shoes and not go crazy with stuff, because otherwise I'll be miserable. And I'm going to try to remember to bring hand sanitizer too, because you will get con crud no matter how much you try, even if you wash your hands a lot. You're just in a space with a bunch of people, and con crud will happen to you. Only you can prevent con crud. And now that poop until you're dead virus is out, I also don't want to get caught with that. So, but I think that's transmitted via vegetables. So, I thought it was going to say hide. You thought it was going to say hide? Yeah, I'm going to hide. When I'm not doing stuff, I may be like, nope, I'm out. I'm going to drive back home. I'm only a couple minutes away from home. Oh, that's that. There will be times when I do that, maybe, but I don't have, like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't have big breaks in between each thing. It's like, go to one thing, right after go to another thing for like 4 hours straight. Oh, whoops, that is a needed. Sub-assemblies within sub-assemblies. So I don't think there's been much news lately. Lego news. I think the Kiss has been released. We can talk about that now. Gustav Klimt's masterpiece, or at least his most well-known piece, The Kiss, which I'm very excited about. Klimt is one of my favorite artists. The sort of the Dutch impressionistic figure drawing era I really liked. So I liked him, and that was one of the ones I suggested when there was that weird group for adult fans of Lego, suggesting like new ideas and stuff. I suggested quite a bit of art, and that was one of them, so I'm glad to see it's out. So that's out. The ideas announcements have been made. It's Jumanji, a kimono. It's like a couple figures with kimonos, and I forget what the other one is. Like a it's not a haunted house. Was it the iMac? I think it was the iMac. I forget what the other one was. Now, keep in mind, if you've signed up for games and you want to attend certain talks, if you look at the schedule and hit that heart, it builds a little schedule for you, and that way you can just go to My Schedule and see what you're doing for today, rather than look at the entire full schedule just to see what's going on. Losing focus here. I can see the camera's already having problems. Maybe the camera's bad. Maybe I need a new camera. I can see it twitching. I did unplug a couple USB things. So hopefully that helps. I'm definitely trying a few new games this time. The Junkyard Voltron looked fun. What else was I signed up for? So Thursday, I'm just going to read my schedule off because why not? Thursday I have trivia at 1 p.m., which is the short 25 question trivia for like kids, and it's not super hard. It's all Lego trivia. Hopefully that goes well. In a lot of cases, I will get it all set up thinking it works well, and then there's a technical issue. I can't project to the screen. I can't find my documents. It is all on Google Drive, so I'm going to have internet access. So hopefully, internet access. Thursday and Friday are AFOL only days. Saturday and Sunday are the public days. So the hall will be slightly emptier on Thursday and Friday. It'll still be full of AFOLs setting up and things, but then Saturday and Sunday it just fills up with the public. And I think we're expecting 4,000 or 5,000 people this time. Mostly because it's a larger space, but also it's attached to a water park. So even if people don't get tickets right beforehand or up until the day of the show, you can always get them, then they're going to advertise throughout the resort. So people just like offhand go, oh, hey, this is a fun thing. We should go check this out. And if there's opening slots available, they can do that. Cool. Yeah, we'll definitely look for Marcella again. I like hanging out with her. Beth likes her. Tell her I'm running trivia if she wants to come to trivia. I was hoping that somebody would organize a karaoke night, but I haven't seen that. Shockingly, the resort I don't think has a karaoke night at any of their bars. which I'm kind of like, really? That seems like a letdown a little bit, like an oversight. So Thursday, 1 p.m. light trivia. Then I'm doing at 3, there's a convention kit workshop that I have to do. That's where I walk through building the con with everybody, and if they have any questions, walk them through it. I'm going to try to get this video done tomorrow afternoon. So I've just got to figure out a way to do it. Like I was telling Missy and Bev and Frankie, I was trying to get it so my camera is held like right here, so I can see my camera and like zoom in and pause and stuff. But the clip thing on my stand holds it either like this or like this. And the problem is there's all these buttons right here. So if I hold it there, it either turns the phone off or it like zooms in and using the volume button. So that's a little frustrating. So I'm trying to get that figured out. So that'll be Thursday. Then there's a game, mashup creative build, another game, spaceship. You get a set that's not a spaceship and you do your best to design a spaceship. And I've done that in the past and it's a lot of fun. Last year it was a parrot and you had to make a spaceship out of the parrot set. Yeah, I can see my camera flickering. I'm not happy about this. And it just froze up. There's something going on, man. Maybe it is the camera. I may have to invest in a new camera. I'm gonna do the thing where I go online and say, hey, if anybody likes my streams, help me buy a new camera by donating to this Ko-fi site, coffee site. And watch the tens of cents roll in. Yeah, spaceship's a lot of fun. Last year I built, I thought, a really good spaceship, but it's judged by, the person running the game, and they kind of have to make a snap judgment. And honestly, you get to keep the set, so I don't really care if I win or not. And I'm always glad when a young person, a kid or a teenager wins. I'd rather that happen than me win a brick that says con winner. Then we've got opening assembly at 5, and that's Thursday. Thursday is also going to be build all my mocks day. So I'll be able to load in, we'll be able to load in Wednesday. And then Thursday morning, I'll be setting up my, mostly my, stadium, both stadiums, throwing my, collaborative build stuff around, to where it needs to be. They don't need a lot of setup space or time. It's just like plates and put them together real quick. I specifically did that so it wouldn't take too long. The steampunk one's going to take a while to put together. I don't really want to deal with that, but then the Austin FC stadium might. My voice does the same thing my computer does. It waits till right as I'm going live, and then it craps out on me. It was fine all day. The Q2 Stadium won't take too long. The little one will take 5 minutes. The big one may not take more than 20 or 30 minutes. I say that, but it's basically 5 big modulars that just get put together, and then I have to put the roofs on them. And then that reminds me, I gotta start making sure everything's charged. All the screens get put in. So, and then every day I'm gonna have to go get the screens, take them out, take them home and charge them overnight. And then every morning go back in and put them in place. I couldn't figure out a way to like just have one monitor and have it plugged in, so I just plug it in every day. I really wish I could figure that out. It could be the alcohol. It could be just talking a lot too. I don't talk a lot during the day. So yeah. Let's see. Friday then will be, I'm not participating in, but I'm like the backup for tape ball. I'm just there to make sure that everybody's started okay if the person who's in charge of running it isn't there. Junkyard Voltron at 1, that's going to be exciting. You each build your own robot, and then after everybody's done, you then try to put your robots together. I can't wait. I've never played that one. I think this is the first time it's ever been played, so it'll be great. Huh, okay. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. I'll try to remember to note that when I have different drinks. I have bad object permanence. So like if something else triggers it, I have a really hard time keeping track of that. So I should probably keep some sort of food journal or something specifically for that. Oh, I don't know. It depends if it's Mad King Josh who runs it. He is a capricious but benevolent ruler. And he will change the rules as the game goes along. So we'll have to see if he's running it. If somebody else is running it, it may just be like you have a half hour. Here's a table full of pieces. You have a half hour to make your base robot, and then you have 20 minutes to everybody get your robots together. Okay, yeah, for sure, we'll do. And then lights on, lights off, which will be... You can look at the instructions online, but then you can only touch the bricks when the lights are off. Lights are turned on and off at regular intervals. So lights are on, look at the instructions. Lights are off, try to build with them off. Then Friday assembly, then a welcome party. And then the big trivia at night. The big Geeks Who Drink style 7 rounds, 8 questions each. There's going to be audio. There's going to be visual. Very excited about that. That goes till late in the evening. Then Saturday for the public day, I don't have anything till 2. So between like 9 and 2, I'll probably be hanging around with my mocks. Probably behind... If I can stand behind the stadium would be the best one. I'll take time between the stadium and the Microfighters. This is definitely... So here's this piece. This plate with the Technic brick on one side. And then there's this piece, which is the plate with the snot bricks on that side. So putting them together like this makes an interesting 2x3 kind of thing. Oh wait, no. It's on top of each other, so it's a 2x2. So Saturday 2 o'clock game, mirror build. Teams of 2 will compete, build a medium-sized set. With a twist, it must be built mirror image of what the instructions say. So it's teams of 2, so I gotta get a partner. Usually you just partner up with whoever's there at the time. You have to build opposite of what it is. Fan community meetup. I think this is... like an Austin, like a lug meetup kind of thing. So I gotta be there for that. Another convention kit workshop at 5. Saturday assembly after that. Live charity auction. Live charity auctions are the best things ever. They get crazy. Usually what happens is we'll get a hospital that we donate to. When we do it in Houston, it's Dell. It's I think it's Dell Children's, but I think there's a specific one. And here is also Dell Children's, but it might be like Dell Seton something or other. Not always, but often there's the representative there from the thing, so we can be like, hey, we're donating to you guys. Weird. Yeah, I didn't drop any. Yeah, chat seems to be working. I can see you. No frames dropped. Okay. Did I get a buffering? Did it look like it was buffering? So, so yeah, the person will be there from whatever organization we're doing a charity for, and they can kind of sit and watch the craziness. And it gets up to thousands of dollars per item sometimes, depending on the item in question. I was going to donate my UT Tower to the event, but I decided to sell it to raise money for our vacation. I think that was money well spent. But like last year we had the employee gift, the holiday X-Wing, that was the employee gift, and I think someone ended up paying up $5,000 for it. It was nuts. And I think we raised close to, I forget the number, but $30,000 for the charity. I want to say 18, but then I got corrected by Will, and I think it was more like 30. So, and then the person who this charity is going to is right there. So we're like, yeah, we're crazy. We just raised a bunch of money and they're always like, it's for the kids, spend some money. It's for the kids. Let's go. It's for the kids. And people come out of the woodwork, and it's just nuts. And I told Beth the first year that she went, I was like, we have to go to the charity auction. She's like, is there anything you want? I'm like, no. She's like, why are we going? I'm like, trust me, we're going to go to this, and it's crazy. And she was just, after a while, she kind of looked over at me and she's like, do not put your hand up. I'm like, I won't. I know what's good. I don't have $600-700, $500-800, whatever. I gotta stop saying 6-7. Didn't mean to. So we're getting kind of crunchy with some of this to get the right shapes in there. But yeah, it's crazy. So then the live auction is there. Then build Microfighters with me. Our lug person, who's basically, he's not running Brick Rodeo, but he's very involved in Brick Rodeo at this point. He initially was like, I'll work on the website for you. But then it came down to also helping with the front end, then helping with, or like the ticket area, then getting things printed, then working with the event space. Like this was his job previous. Like he worked at Disney World and then Facebook, and like he's worked all these other places. So it's kind of up his alley. But anyway, at the resort, he's like, and we've got all this space, and they're like, please use all this space while you're here. You have access to this whole area, meaning like the front entry areas and all the kind of the foyers and stuff, including the bar area downstairs. So he's like, well, we'll do trivia down here. And I'm like, and I was at the Kalahari with him, and I was looking at going, no, we're not doing the trivia here. And he's like, why not? I was like, where are we going to put, I need a screen. And he's like, oh, well, we can, yeah, there's no screens down there. I'm like, no. He's like, well, they can just like look at their phones. I'm like, I don't have anything programmed for that. They can't look at their phones. Well, we'll just do this. I'm like, how about we have it in a room, in one of the breakout rooms like we always do, and I just have it hooked up to the monitor. It's easy. He's like, but we can use it. I've got you signed up for trivia on this space. I'm like, we'll turn it into something else. So now it's, we bought a bunch of Microfighters, the Y-Wings, the Commander Cody. No, not Cody. It's not Fox either. The blue Y-Wing. We got a bunch of extra blue Y-wings, and so first few people who get there can have a Y-wing. Rex, thank you. And then also bring your cool parts bag from your swag bag, and we'll go through like the process of like creating your own microfighter, like how you go about making your own microfighter. I don't know. I kind of came up with it at the last minute. Well, that didn't work out. Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes it's gets a little chunky in there to make it's everything's trying to make it go this way by the looks of it. So that wraps up your Saturday schedule. Then Sunday, there's a Lego ambassador meeting. So all the lug ambassadors, I don't think it's going to be any fan media people. They've got their own meeting at some point. But there's an ambassador meeting on Sunday, and then I've got a studio presentation at 3 p.m. on Sunday, which is kind of late, but kind of late in the whole weekend. But I guess better than nothing. And that's going to be like, I've done studio so much that I'm just going to kind of show up and start poking through the software and just wait for people to ask questions and hope I have answers. The one time I did that where I was like, I'm just going to run through like I'm doing this for my own benefit and like I'm making something, and we'll talk about it as we go along. And if you guys have questions, just let me know. And the first thing somebody asked was like about rendering and like what the output stuff was and what kind of engine it used. And I'm like, oh dude, I don't know that. Like, super mod guy shows up and was asking all kinds of questions that I didn't have answers to. I'm like, check out Blender over here. I did do some research and I have some information about it now. These instructions are like 2 pieces, 1 piece, 1 piece, 1 piece, 1 piece. It's kind of frustrating. There's a lot along here, so not that one. Finished up watching Vox Machina. If you guys haven't watched that, I really dig it. They ended with not really a cliffhanger, but like on a real down note. It'd be interesting to see what they do next year. Take this off because I didn't put it on right. The other problem with everything being black is it's hard to see. It's hard to see the instructions, but it's real hard to see in the light. So be careful when you're building this stuff. And now we get to fill it all in. This is the fun part. And then closing assembly and then breakdown. Everybody gets out of Dodge. And there will be volunteer needs for everybody to like pack up afterwards and go home. I have the next day off, so if I need to stay and help with stuff, I will. But you know, you got to break down all the tables, and not only do you have to get your stuff out of there, but you got to get the lug stuff out of there and Brick Rodeo stuff out of there. Oh no. Yep. I'm off my game today. What's up, Cliff? How goes it? How's your day? I think this is too... It's better. We're just going over while we build. Got my schedule ready for Brick Rodeo. Starts next week, T-minus. We're in the T-minus stages. Better than yesterday. What happened yesterday? This is a very full bag here, because I think this is also part of the stand. So those of us, Cliff, Johnny, who aren't planning for a big convention next week, what are your plans for the coming weekend? You got anything fun happening? You see any movies or concerts? Hang out with friends? Go to a book signing? Oh, you were sick? You didn't have the Taco Bell sick, did you? You didn't have the cyclochloroquine, whatever it was, did you? Somebody called it ass COVID, which I thought was pretty funny. Nice. Bricklink shop? I didn't realize you were running a Bricklink shop. That's fairly cool. I like hearing that people have their own shops. I think at some point I may have to do that if I ever want to get rid of my stuff. Just like, all right, I'm in my whatevers. Time to start offloading. You didn't go to the doctor. Did you poop until you exploded? Because that's what it is. You'd know if you had it. Like if you were just like head cold, stuffy. What is it? Stuffy, aching, sniffling, sneezing, coughing, stuffy, achy. There's headache in there, fever, so you can rest medicine. Oh, your shop where you build Lego. Nice. Oh, the outdoor, like your shed that you're fixing up with all your stuff. Yeah, I've been enjoying the progress on that. What I see on the TikToks. I saw your TikTok, the Mini, or the Mini Cooper, and I was like, yeah, that looks familiar. Do I still have it? So I didn't send you this with it because I kept this. That's like my souvenir. I sold Cliff most of my cars. And that Mini was one of them. And this, we were having the conversation about the new Jaguar that came out, and that was, I was a little lamentable. I was lamenting the fact that I had sold you all those cars, because I was like, oh man, that'd have been a great addition to that lineup of those cars, is the new Jaguar. That's going to be great. I still might get it. So Cliff, if you don't want to buy it right away, I might get it and I'll sell it to you used. Giant parts over here. I made my wanted list on lego.com for everything that I wanted from this year that I didn't get so far. So that next year I can have, plus they have a sweepstakes where it's like, win your wanted list. And so I made a wanted list anyway, because I kind of wanted to keep an eye on it. And so I entered that, and they're like, up to $1,000. And I'm like, oh, well, this is going to be more than that. But I'm going to go ahead and do it, because I need to know what I want to buy next year. And it ended up being like $3,500. And I'm like, Well, I also want to get a new car and probably a new mattress, so I don't know that I'm going to be spending $3,500. Plus, I'm going to see some of them may go on sale, some of them might get picked up later. I was so mad. There was the MIDI scale AT-AT, the recent one, the little one that was on sale at Macy's for 40% off, and like by the time I posted the link in Discord and then went back to check it out, it was gone. It's like, oh man, that would have been the one purchase, because I haven't bought anything really for myself this year other than stuff for Brick Rodeo, like sets that we're going to use for Brick Rodeo or parts for Mox. They doing Brick Rodeo next year? Yeah, we'll be doing it again here in Austin. So 2 years in a row, at the same place, the Kalahari, which is technically Round Rock. It's not Austin, but it's a town just a few minutes north of Austin. So these plates in yellow, so far they've only really come that I've seen in like white and gray and black. I haven't seen any other colors, so this is kind of cool. For the foreseeable future, Brick Rodeo will be in Round Rock, Texas, which is literally 11 minutes from my house. Like if you put a MapQuest and did a radius of 11 minutes, you'd find my house somewhere. So yeah, I'm very excited about it, because that means like at any point I could just go home. I could before, when we had it at the hotel 2 years ago. It took about 25 minutes, but I mean, it was within Austin area. But this is like really close. There's two main roads that it's on. There's a big tollway that goes from Round Rock to Hutto, where the big Dell Diamond, where the big baseball stadium is, where the Round Rock Express play. And the Kalahari, I'm doing this with my hands because you can see it. And the Kalahari is right across from it. The other big crossroad is called Kenny Fort, and it goes right into my neighborhood. Like they just finished it a couple months, and it basically goes dead end, and you go squirrel around two roads, and there's my house. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be so great. Yeah, for sure, Cliff. You need to come out. Get you some barbecue while you're here. Some good Texas barbecue, because Texas makes good barbecue. I won't hear it take any questions. Johnny said a few people would be coming out, or at least one person, and she comes out to, I don't know if she just likes Brick Rodeo or if she just goes to all the conventions, but it's nice seeing her. Hopefully we'll be able to hang out with her a little bit, because I think I said this already, I know Beth likes her a lot, and she's cool people, so it's always good. Oh, you were from Kansas City. Oh, the other place that is doing their best to attempt to make barbecue. I see how it is. I have no dog in this fight. I'm from Colorado. We don't have a claim to anything. We have Buffalo Burgers. That's, I think, our claim to anything. Bison burgers, basically, but we call them Buffalo Burgers. So I moved down here and I learned all about the barbecue. And then I met and married someone from Kentucky, and I learned all about their barbecue and how their barbecue is bigger than Texas barbecue. And I beg to differ. And so it's been a point of contention ever since. I don't think you'd like Kentucky barbecue. It's like vinegar mustard sauce. And pulled pork. Beth, I'm bad-mouthing Kentucky barbecue. She can't hear me. She's watching... almost said Dragon Ball. She is not watching Dragon Ball. She is watching Doctor Who. Watching Dragon Ball. Psh, my wife. Yeah, so Texas barbecue is basically centered around brisket, and if you get good enough barbecue, if you get a spot that makes brisket really good, the sauce is not needed. The sauce is a very molassesy, sweet, but also slightly peppery barbecue sauce. But generally, if you're eating something that requires barbecue sauce, you don't have good meat to go with it. You want your... And they'll do pulled pork and ribs and chicken and stuff like that. But it's centered around the brisket. So you want it to kind of melt in your mouth. You want that good... What is it? The fat cap on the top. Smoke for 14 hours. You know, it should fall apart in your hand. You can put it on a sandwich and it won't pull away. Like if you make a sandwich out of it with your pickles and your onions and you pull away and it comes out of your sandwich, it's not good. It needs to fall apart. The ribs need to fall off the bone. The pulled pork's really good too. I like pulled pork a lot. But yeah, that you get a good brisket. You don't need no sauce. This is definitely good. So, oh yeah, good sausage. Get you a smoked sausage with it. I kind of lean towards that too. I'm a big sausage fan. Not to be taken as I just said it. Fan of the sausage. And then get a banana pudding. Oh, I think I'm gonna go get a barbecue tomorrow. What else was I gonna say? So there's lots of places out in Austin that'll do good barbecue, but to be honest, you wait in line for all these places, or they're all packed and they all got tourists all over them. Meanwhile, and no joke, if you go to Rudy's, their barbecue is really good. Like it's comparable to most of these places. I don't find anything wrong with Rudy's barbecue. I've waited in line at Franklin's. I've gone to Black's. I've gone to Salt Lick. There's a really good place out south of Austin in Lockhart. That's not Black's. It's like not Shoney's. Anyway, it's a big one, and they're very good. But I don't want to drive an hour to go out there. Myers and Elgin's really good. They're the one with the sausage. You get some Elgin hot sausages. That's some good stuff, man. But yeah, Black's is good. Black's is close to downtown. It gets crowded really easily. There's a place in Pflugerville that I really like called, and this is going to suck because we're going to be right next to a Salt Lick at the Kalahari. But if you just go into Pflugerville and it's 15 minutes away, there's a place called Brotherton's Barbecue, and amazing, just amazing. It's so good. And we would get, when we host Thanksgiving, we would get a brisket from them every year because it was just so good. And honestly, by the time you like make a turkey and cook it and it, you know, either dip it in oil or bake it for 5 hours in the oven after you thawed it all night, that kind of thing, just pay somebody and get, you know, it's $130 maybe, and you get a big old brisket. Feeds the whole family. You got sandwiches for a week. No problems there. Yeah, everybody's getting barbecue tomorrow now. We're going to Elgin. I mean, Elgin's not far from us either. It's half hour. I have a coworker who lives out in Elgin. I don't know, she does it. And she was the executive secretary, the executive assistant for our newly retired COO. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I'm wondering what she's doing now, what she's going to do now that he retired. But she would drive in from Elgin. And we, you know, our office is downtown. I'm sure she worked from home a little bit lately, but it hasn't always been like that. Oh, no problem. Welcome back. We're just talking about brisket and barbecue. All right, so you olds are going to remember this. I recently came across this video, which I haven't seen for a while, which was the opening of the opening stinger for HBO movies, where it flew over the little miniature town, right? And then it plays the music that is entirely it goes too hard for what it is, which is basically, hey, it's movie night, sit down and watch this movie. But it goes hard. It's such a good song. If you haven't seen it, look it up. Just type in HBO movie opening 1980s or something like that. Like, I was sitting there watching it today and I was like singing along with it. That's how much I remember it. And I even remember watching a behind the scenes of it being made. I feel like I'm missing. I am. Cool. All right, so this is big one and two little ones. And we get these guys. Oh yeah, totally. I mean, there's all kinds of, you know, the ABC after school thing, the Fox Kids thing, the after these messages we'll be right back thing. There's all kinds of stuff that'll throw you into a nostalgia headlock. But yeah, when that HBO one played, you know you were in for some good stuff. Like Aliens or something. You're like, yeah, now it's go time, man. Superman's about to come on. Okay, here we go. Jigging that elbow over there. Oh, now we're gonna make the stand for it. Yeah, the one that got me, I think it was CBS, where it was like, there was like a spinning helix and just drums, like dun 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 dun, ba-dum bum bum, right? It was really short. Whatever led into the Muppet Show. That's the one I remember. Do you remember in the 80s, I think, late 80s, a show called Earthstar Voyager? Wow. No, I don't recall. I don't remember that at all. I'm gonna have to look that up. Was it a cartoon? Or was it live action? I love looking up old stuff. There's a guy on TikTok. You may have seen him if you've been on TikTok for any length of time, but he does 80s nostalgia stuff. And he likes doing things where people can vote on their favorite whatever. So like one of the brackets was favorite or best 80s movie. I think it was best Gen X movie maybe, or just best 80s movie. And I think Breakfast Club won that. And it starts with 16 and there's a bracket and people vote on every, you know, so like this video, it's 16 Candles versus St. Elmo's Fire or whatever, right? So this time it is best Gen X band or best Gen X music group or band or artist, right? And I think there's going to be I think it's 48. I think it's a bracket of 48 because everyone's like, this. I threw my hat in the ring for 9 Inch Nails because technically Pretty Hate Machine came out in 1989. Now he didn't say 80s music. He just said best Gen X music. And I'm like, that could be grunge. That could be 90s one-hit wonders. That could be all kinds of stuff. You know, it doesn't have to be, it could be late 70s punk. Like, it could be disco. You know, you throw some ABBA in there. So I think a wide range of stuff. It's going to be fun. Build cam froze. Thank you. Love doing this. I just restarted, or I updated my computer too, so I'm wondering if needs a new driver or something. Hasn't quite figured it out yet. Let's see. Do I want to leave YouTube? Go back to YouTube. Why was I on YouTube? Did I lose a chat? I don't think so. I'm gonna pull this up in this window. Yes. No, go away. Science fiction television movie show on the Disney Sunday movie, 1988. Was it like a mini series? Wow, don't remember this at all. A life zone planet which has been named Demeter. Huh. Oh, I'll definitely look this up. That looks wild. I love like abandoned sci-fi shows from like the late 90s and early 2000s. There was one called Charlie. Oh, I'm gonna forget it now. I reviewed it for like, we were running a Tumblr review site or something for movies, and I would write these massive posts about like, I would just do a recap of the episode. And it was this like sci-fi show that was filmed in Vancouver, but it was the product of like African, French, Canadian television studios. Like at the end, it was like, it lists like 12 production studios at the end, and you're like, wow, what? And it was like, the idea was pretty cool. It was like different, it was like alternative realities, and they were able to go to alternative realities, and you could tell what reality you were in because everything was like slightly yellow or slightly green or slightly red. It was pretty cool, but you know, and then there was another one like Nowhere Man I liked Nowhere Man. Continuum was pretty good. I love those kind of shows. Gonna get this stand done so I can start a new figure, because I think we have enough time for a new figure, but we had so many technical problems today that I don't know if I'll actually get it all done or not. I'm almost done with Pantheon. If you haven't seen Pantheon, and I don't know how it ends, so I don't know if I'm going to recommend it a whole lot, because it's only 2 seasons and then it got canceled. But it's this high quality cast, voice cast cartoon. Kind of reminds me of what Tron did, where it's like had all these great actors in it, but lasted 2 seasons because nobody was watching it. It was on AMC, and it was basically like near future. People get, if they think they're going to die, or they can volunteer for it, to have their brains basically laser sliced and analyzed to create what's called an uploaded intelligence. So instead of an artificial intelligence, you're an uploaded intelligence. So it's you, but you exist in cyberspace, basically. And all the ramifications therein and what happens to this group of people, kind of thing. It's really good. There's kind of like a smaller story about like a civil war happening and all this kind of crazy stuff. I'm really enjoying it. So if you get a chance, look it up, because again, it's only 2 seasons. Each episode is about 45 minutes, so it's full hours worth of 10 episodes a season. So it's not a weekend binge, but it's, you know, I feel still worth it. I think, Silo started up again, so I'm excited for that, because they've kind of taken a twist on the books. So I'm interested in seeing how they twist up some of the book stuff. All right, there's our... He only has a couple wiggle lines on him, but there's our... He looks like he's skanking, like he's doing the moon stomp to dance to some ska music. So we'll put him over here, kind of out of the way. And we'll go to our next... which I think is 5. Yes. 14. Oh, we really only have 3 bags left, but we're not going to get through 3 bags today. So I'll start this one, but I have a feeling I'll finish this. Oh, there's only 5 figures? I thought there were 6. Nope, there's 5. Okay. I don't know why I thought there were 6. Yeah, so Pantheon's really good. Give it a shot. Silo's back on. Star City recently finished. If you have Apple TV and like science fiction, Apple TV is doing science fiction really well. And historical fiction too, because it's let me get this guy out over here a little bit. For All Mankind is not science fiction necessarily. I mean, it kind of is once it gets past us a little bit, but it's historical fiction, alternate history, a subset of science fiction, I guess. It's quite good. I'm also excited for season 4 of Ted Lasso coming out. Be interested. First of all, I'd be interested to see how they get Jason Sudeikis' character back in there. He left AFC Richmond to go back to the U.S. So they're going to have to do something story-wise to get him back coaching the Lady Greyhounds. It's going to be interesting. Any movies or TV shows you guys are really interested in lately? Doing any rewatches or anything new? Johnny's going to get me to watch Earthstar Voyager, if I can find it. I'm this close to going back and watching Babylon 5 too, so if I can find it. I think it's on Prime. Watch the absolutely terrible 90s graphics. Yes, ma'am?
I was going to try to come in and just go like...
That doesn't work, though. It just does that.
Right, but it worked. I was going
It
to
doesn't
try
go...
to do it like... That's what I was going to try to do.
You're going to go to bed? Everybody, look at my face. I'm shocked that you're going to bed at 9 o'clock. Okay. Take your nonsense out. Can you do one or two things with the animals?
I will let them out.
Okay. Preesh. Oh, it's on Pluto? I need to get... Oh, yeah, they get better over time. And also the sets get better. When they first started, it was like, this is being filmed in a warehouse. Like, they didn't even bother dressing it up. It's like, nah, this guy's got some free space in this warehouse. We're just going to use that. Yeah, the first season's hard to get through. But the first season of Next Generation is hard to get through. That's just as wonky with its weird ultra synthesized music, and the lighting's all funky, and Riker doesn't have a beard. I never watched the Babylon 5. I need to watch more stuff on Pluto. I'll sit through commercials. I don't care. As long as I'm not paying for it, I don't care if I watch commercials. I never watched any of the Babylon 5 movies. The Rangers of something or other and all that stuff. Maybe I watched one. I think I may have watched the first one. And then it was like, okay, I get it. But I think there were 3 movies? Or maybe just 2? Oh, you know what? Maybe that's the one I watched. Was In the Beginning. That was good. I do remember that. Now that you say it. But it was like the later one with like the Rangers and all the psionic people and all that. I don't think I watched that one. I think because I couldn't find it. It was hard to find, or you had to pay for it. This is going to be great because this is not just green. This is like a lighter green. It's what I call spring green. I don't know if you can see the difference here. I don't have a similar brick, but there's like a green and then there's like that spring green. So I'm excited about that. Oh, no. Celadon? That is a word I know, but I don't think I ever knew what it meant. Is Celadon green? I think I always assumed Celadon was a blue. TIL. Celadon is green. I need to slow down. I'm getting antsy hands. Oh. I don't know if you know this story. When my ex and I got married, one of the ladies, she was, we were fighting a little bit about like the wedding and stuff. And she's like, "You're not involved, blah, blah, blah." I said, "Well, I want to, but you're not." It's a typical, I want to be involved, but you're not letting me be involved. And she's like, "Then pick something and be involved." I'm like, "All right." She's like, "What do you want the colors to be?" I'm like, "Silver and teal," right? Is the first thing that came into my head. And I don't know if the women watching this will think that teal is a terrible color or not, but I thought silver and teal was great. And the whole reason I thought that was they were my high school colors. That's the only reason I thought that. It's like silver and teal. And she was like, "Fine, silver and teal. That sounds great." And then went and proceeded to empty the entirety of Conroe, Texas of all the teal that she could find. And to this day, anything that is teal, I'm like, "Hey, Cheryl, look, teal." She's like, "Shut it. Don't ever talk to me again." She came in with like a box. It wasn't a very big box. And she went, "Kunk." She's like, "That's all the teal that exists in this town." I'm like, "Okay." Flurp. I'm sorry. You said to participate. I don't know why I sounded like that just then. Ooh, it is getting warm. The problem with it being only in the mid 80s, whatever we're at, 78, is that it's still warm, but the thermostat goes, it's not 95 degrees, so I'm not going to turn on. I'm like, okay, well, but it's still warm. You still need to turn on every once in a while. It's like, I'll get to it. I'm sitting under these lights, baking. The math on this needs to be remembered. So this is this bracket, right? And there's the kind that are also 4 wide up there and then 1 deep on the back. So it's like, I don't think I have any more here. But they're kind of the opposite of this one, right? But that size is basically 2 plates high. So when you attach it to this, it sits really nicely. If you want to do brick math for anything later, that's a nice height and mash up there. The plate on top obviously doesn't because there's studs in the way, but if you did a tile up top, it would be nice and flush. It's not exact, like you can still see a little bit of room, but it, for all intents and purposes, okay, like that. So hopefully tomorrow, I have no idea where this will go. I will have more minifigure parts, or before Sunday, I will have more Microfighter parts, minifigure parts. So I can finish what Microfighters I have before Brick Rodeo. I'm trying to get them all. They're mostly organized. I'm just kind of have to go with what I've got. No time to really build more stands or anything. So I'm just going to roll out. I want to do the new ones more than the previous ones. There's going to be some. I'll put the newer ones out first and then backfill with the older ones. There's some I don't think I'm going to put out, like even like a point of pride that I had an N1 Starfighter first, or a Razor Crest first, or a Y-Wing first. The point of pride isn't, you know, because now it looks like it's just a set out there, so it's kind of like, and I'm not going to be standing there to tell people, well, I got it first, and who cares, right? Nobody cares. So I'm just going to put the ones that are definitely not a Lego set out there, like the non-Star Wars ones, right up front. Even though they don't have stands, I might throw together like a base plate or two with like tiles on it or something, just so I can have something to put them all on, so it looks slightly professional. And then let people kind of, there's no labels on them, let people kind of go, I think that's a whatever this is, you know, kind of thing. Mr. T's 18 van. The only thing I'm worried about is some of the figures are a little expensive, and I don't like leaving them out by themselves, but at the same time, they're behind stanchions. I'm almost more worried about the AFOLs than I am the general public. The general public may not know that the figures are pricey, but at the same time, I don't want to not have the figures on them because it kind of defeats the purpose, I feel. But I don't know. I put out one year and this guy was like, that is a $200 Boba Fett figure. What are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, it is not $200. It's maybe $30. Oh. Yeah, expensive ones on the back row. That's a smart move, because then when the people are, when the AFOLs are walking behind it, getting to their thing, they can be like, yoink. No, I'm kidding. At least the public will be tempted if they see it. That is a good call. This is a nice bit of rounding here into that slope right there. Looks kind of nice. It's a little bumpy, a little clunky, but it's still kind of a nice, that would make a good like side bit of a bumper or something. And this goes here. I will say this about this set. It is very easy, at least on the bricks itself, it's not, but on the instructions itself, I know black is usually a problem, but on the instructions, it's very easy to see what's going on. I have no problem understanding what I'm looking at. So full marks to whoever did the instructions on this. Normally I can at least find one problem with the instructions, but so far I haven't. They've been pretty good. That, and that. Okay. Then we fill in all the other spaces. Oh, good to know. That's good to know. Those two go together like that. Usually you see this, but with the little extension on the front of it, that's really nice. More mathin', more brick math. These maths are mathing. Yep, I'm excited for Brick Rodeo, and I'm also... Oh, man. Oh, I missed something. You never have this anywhere. Oh, down here. Okay. I think I missed that somewhere. It's like you don't ever have two 1x2 bricks as extra. There we go. Half a green person. These are oddly extra. If you ever get a half moon tile, semicircle tile, they were always extra, which I find amusing. Yeah, they really do. They want everything to be worth. There was a guy, I try to post this on Reddit every chance I get, but everyone's like, every time somebody posts on the Lego forum on Reddit about the worth of something, or where do I go to sell this, or what's a good price for this, or am I going to get ripped off if I sell this on Facebook Market or something, my only reminder to people is these things are only worth what somebody will pay for them. If you have the exact same set or figure and one person will pay $5 and one person will pay $20, it's worth $20. If you put it on sale for $50 and nobody's buying it and you lower it to $30, you can't say, well, that figure's $50. But nobody was buying it. It's like, no, the figure's worth $30 because somebody bought it for $30. It's only worth what people will pay for it. And you can't go into, you can kind of guess based off, like, I always tell them, look at the last 6 months of sales on Bricklink. And yeah, you do have to pay for shipping and taxes and stuff. But I mean, I'd rather pay for shipping and taxes knowing that I'm getting something from somebody who's selling it versus getting a box of dried pasta off Facebook Marketplace. But it's only worth what somebody will pay for it. So, list with care, buy with care. Yeah, I've got so many, agreed, I agree. And we've got so many people who do things to Lego at conventions that are illegal in the most basic sense. They destroy them, they paint them. I had one guy who would buy, this one guy built stuff, and I don't know that we would let it into the convention now or not, which is kind of a shock, but he would buy kind of use knockoff Lego and make Halo drop ships, and he would basically like burn holes in them and put blast marks on them so they looked like they were battle damaged and stuff. And I thought they looked really freaking cool. But yeah, everybody's out of the woodwork going, it's not real Lego. And I'm like, well, it is real Lego. It's just, or even if it's not real Lego. But I think he was using just used Lego. So I don't know. And yeah, do what makes the model work for you. And don't listen to the haters. You do what makes you happy. There's a lot of really interesting techniques on this. So there's these 2 blocks of like snot bricks just attached to that just basically slide up in here. So you can get these 2 bits of studs for some reason. I don't know. Also, if you're building for, let's say you're building for Instagram, and it's a really small build, and somebody sees that you're doing an illegal technique, they're going to say something. Do you care? Not really. You built it. You took a photograph of it. You put it up on Instagram. You don't even have to respond, right? If you build it for a convention or a big show, how many people are actually going to see that? They're going to look all the way past whatever else is happening and go, that's not how you build that. It's like, really? How did you even see that? You're the only one who really knows, unless you also tell somebody about it. So I get why it's called an illegal technique. I think we should change the nomenclature to a stress technique or something else that's not illegal. Illegal has a connotation. And maybe we need to, call it something else, because Lego's done it. The Model T car had something that was stressing out the washing machine bricks, the headlight bricks. So if what's the word I'm looking for? If the all-powerful, no, it's not that. There's a phrase I'm looking for that I can't remember what it is. If they're doing it, then surely you can get away with it. Yep, it was that. And nobody can find a reason for it. Like, I really want to talk to the designers and find out. So it was this weird thing where it was like a brick behind a washing machine brick, and then it had something on top of it, and it made like one of the washing machine bricks or something, the headlight bricks, kind of bend out a little bit before they could be covered. And so they kind of did this, and like the underside of it would have gotten really stressed. And as far as we can tell, there was no reason to do that. Like, maybe it was the height of the stud on the headlight brick, but I think that height is the same as a snot brick. So I don't know why they didn't use snot bricks. The stud is also recessed, so they probably need that, but it's like they're putting it back up against something and it didn't really need it. And I'm like, this could have been handled so differently, but it wasn't, so I don't know. But maybe also somebody saw it and went, you know what, no one's gonna care. And we all went, wait a minute, maybe we do care, or somebody did. Sometimes I wish I had access to the designers, so I could ask them questions. Just be like, hey, so what was going through your head when you were doing this? Like, not accusing or anything, just curious. Like, maybe we would all learn something by you saying whatever was happening here. I am tired. So after this, I'm going to have a nap, and then I will fire all the missiles. That is that. 6. Oh, that's a 3. Yeah, I have almost nothing to do this Saturday, and I'm really looking forward to it because I've got everything that I need for Brick Rodeo already packed. Everything's printed, everything's boxed and waiting to just go sit on a car to be moved over to the convention center. And I don't think I have anything going on this weekend. So I'm like prepping for the storm. I say that, I'm going to look at my calendar and go, oh crap, that's this weekend. Yeah, nothing. We were going to have a lug meeting on Sunday, but I'm like, we're going to have Brick Rodeo 3 days after that. Let's just meet at Brick Rodeo. So, yeah, I'm going to chill very hard. And I need Beth to help me out by saying, hey, maybe you don't need to clean. Don't vacuum. I mean, it won't get done if I don't do it, but maybe you don't need to do it this weekend? Oh, they're cheating. So there's a... Whoops. Maybe they aren't cheating. Oh yeah, there's a piece in there. That would have upset me. Then that, then this. Oh, Sunday I'll be streaming, so that's a thing. Hopefully I'll get some parts. If I don't get any parts in by then, if they don't make it in by then, I do have some parts. I'll finish out what I can on some Microfighters. We'll just work on that. Be super chill. This will be done by then, so I really won't have anything else. Maybe... Well, I guess I can't do that. I was going to say we could run through... I could do trivia. And maybe give away a prize. But several of the people who are in this chat will hopefully be going to the trivia, and I don't want them to get any extra help. Sneak peek at the questions. I don't know. I did that once, and I didn't really... I did that for when Butt Chop was doing the 72-hour Lego stream event. I did trivia one year, and it didn't... Like, I think the main problem was I didn't have enough people in, and so I went to all this trouble to make a trivia thing, and there was like 3 people in, and I was like, all right, well, you all win something. That was always a bummer to me, and I wish I could figure out a way to handle it better emotionally, but those 72-hour things I would see, like, they were great for people to get like new visitors and stuff to their page. And it was mostly everybody just kind of, and I hate to use the term circle jerk, but it was a lot of just internalized, like everybody going and visiting everybody else's channels, which is fine if you don't know who these other people are, if you're new, but then at the end of the day, it's maybe 20 people. It wasn't like YouTube went, oh, big event, we're going to do this big thing and promote all these, you know, weekend long versus weekend long full of stuff. So it's just like all these people going, hey, you're a new channel, I'm going to subscribe to you. So you get 20 new subscribers, and then that's it. Then it stops. And then those people don't visit your channel, and you don't visit their channel, and such is the world. Except for Cliff. That's how I think I found Cliff's channel eventually. I think this is almost done. We might be able to start on this last bag. We're almost done with this one. but also during the event, didn't get a whole lot of visitors. So I'd see like the channel before mine, and the idea was people would roll from one to the other. And it was like, all right, we're signing off, but make sure to go over to this next one. And, you know, for the next 2 hours, then after that, it'll be somebody for an hour. And then after that, it'll be somebody for 2 hours. And like people would come over and then drop. And I'm like, okay, well now I got the same 5 people in here that are always in here, which I love. So knowing that, I really went hard on the trivia one year thinking, all right, this will be great. I will have a lot of people in here for trivia, and it didn't go well. And I love me some trivia. I should just go play locally again. We haven't been in a while. We're all getting old, and a lot of my friends have given up the drink. So going to a brewery or a place that at the end here, a place that hosts trivia is kind of like I'm kind of missing. Oh no. All right, well, I did all this wrong. That's why that looks like that. Yeah, well, that was the other problem is I'd sign up for the times I usually sign up for. And they're like, well, can you trade with so-and-so? They really want to do that. I'm like, I'm not waking up at 4 a.m. to do this stream. I stream on these times. And if everybody wants to come join me at that time when I'm usually streaming, great. I'm not going to wake up early to do this, you know. And that may have seemed churlish, but hey, buddy, kitty cat down there, kitty rareppin' scratch me through my jeans. Kitty rareppin' scratch me through my jeans. F you, kitty, you're gonna spend the night. You, kitty, you're gonna spend the night. Kitty, you're gonna spend the night outside. Kitty on my foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty on my foot and I wanna touch it. All right, so this is the last bag. We'll try to get through this before the end of the night. Hopefully it won't take too long. And then all will be done. Try to go fast without overlooking stuff. And hopefully you guys have all had a good time tonight, hanging out and chatting. Make sure to check out Johnny's streams. He does regular build streams like this, but he also does some cool stuff with Saturday morning cartoons, or at least Saturday morning streaming, where he talks about stuff Saturday morning cartoon related and builds old school stuff. If Cliff's still on here, Cliff does a stream with all his friends, and they talk about Lego related news and items, and they also build together. It's mostly Cliff building. I've noticed a lot of people don't build with Cliff. They just talk, which I think is unfair to Cliff, making him do all the work. Like that. Ooh, some swivel plates. They're giving me the swivel plates. Speaking of old school, I got the train still run. Oh, nice. That is very cool. The space subreddit has been the classic space Lego subreddit has been posting a lot of old. I'm I mean, classic space stuff. And I'm like, oh man, now I just want to go back and rebuild all my old like Mtron sets and Ice Planet sets. I still have boxed up. I'm going to work on this, I think, after Brick Rodeo, is my theme bending stuff. I have a whole notebook full of like ideas for the theme bending, and I think that's what I'll work on in terms of like building maybe after Brick Rodeo, because other than the stadium, I don't really have any plans. I still have another 6 months of not 5-6 months of not buying sets until our vacation's done, so I'm going to need something to do. So maybe the theme bending is where it's going to be at. If I have the parts for it, I will definitely give it a shot, because I still think that's going to be a fun idea, and I think it would be a good display for Brick Rodeo next year. Maybe I won't do Microfighters, and I'll do theme bent Star Wars ships, but they are all 80s, 90s space themes instead. I think that'd be a great setup. So I'll work on that, because I won't have the stadium. I won't do Microfighters. I'll just do this one display, and I think that'll be better. Already planning, already in the works. I also realize I need to get back to designing the Horizon stuff. Never really that is a duplicate step. I think this means it's 1, 2, it says 3. Nope, it says 3. Okay. So usually this step is a 2x2 square, but it's now 2 1x2s. Maybe they didn't want to just put another piece in here, so that's an odd choice, but I get it. They went, do we have any other 2x2s in here? Nope, then we won't put one in there. I don't think I'm going to sign up for the Dallas lug, DFW lug got another project support. Don't think I'm going to do that. I just don't need more parts, and I don't need more collaborative builds yet. But I do want to consider working on a collaborative project support for Austin for next year. If I can find the time to do it, or just get somebody to work on it and be like, here's the idea. Does anybody else want to design this and run it? Everybody always seems to have like great ideas, and then I can't really get anybody to really step up for it. They're like, everyone goes, well, what about? I'm like, well, then do it. That sounds great. Start it. Give me the IO files. I'll send the idea to Lego, and we'll get started on it. But I can't really get anybody to do it. So, you people in our lug, if you've got an idea, just crank on it. Just get it going. Get other people to do it. I still think the farm idea is good. I just can't figure out an angle to get it done, you know? Farm equipment, crops, something. Like, I'm just not sure how to do like kind of a centerpiece and then get it so people will buy into it, how to make it interactive, how to make it something the public can be involved in. There's lots of things to consider. It's a slight lip on that one, but it should be okay. And where's this going? This is going here. Oh, okay. It's going to show me. Yeah. So notice this little square up in here. We did one of these earlier where it like kind of, there's that yellow dot and then there's that jumper plate, and those two will line up, and then you kind of have to get the rest of it to sit on that swivel. So that's pretty cool. It's a good way to get a nice angle on that. I like it a lot. Yeah, and I don't want it to be the same 5 people. We have a group of people, Missy and Bev are 2 of them, that just are reliable volunteers. They will show up to anything to help sort, build, organize. And then there's like a couple people who will always be there to like help design or a quick, organizational thing for the lug to go visit somewhere. But yeah, it's the same like handful of people, them included. And it's like, so I always try to open it up and be like, all right, if anybody has any new ideas and if anybody new here would like to contribute, please do, This is pretty much straight across there. We've got a new lady in. Her name's Tabitha. I hope I'm okay just saying her name on air. But she is a great new addition to the group. She's very energetic and loves doing Lego stuff. And if we had 50 of her, if we had 5 of her, our lug would be amazing. And we've got a good group right now already. But she brings a lot of passion and is just very excited about building and being involved, and it's really great. And then we've got people like me who've been around forever and are getting jaded by the entire thing. And I need to step back. There's some head squiggles. Missing a whole shin bone somewhere. I missed this completely. This is the second time I did that. Was not paying attention. There we go. The other hard part, at least for project support, has always been because you have to buy in for project support. You can't just say, Lego will send this to us. We have to buy this from them. This is, we can show this off at an event and we can build it. And then once the event's done, yeah, it's yours. But in the meantime, we have to be able to show it somewhere. And the hard part is getting people to buy into that and be okay with not losing money, but at least the initial setup of you got to spend $200-$300 to get a thing that you want to build. And if we only get 4 or 5 people to do that, it's not going to build something that's worth it. It's not going to build a very big thing, which won't be fun interactive for the public. It won't be fun for us to build. It'll look average, and we won't be able to, and we won't be asked back by Lego to do it. Or when we apply next time, we won't get it. So that part is also hard because, when you're doing lug bulk, and I hate to bring up lug bulk, but when you're doing lug bulk, and that's a purchase, but then you're also doing project support, and that's a purchase, people will have to pick one or the other. I picked lug bulk this year. Maybe I do project support next year. Don't think I'll do lug bulk next year. I don't need it. I still have bulk from years ago that I haven't used yet. Figure's done. Let's build a stand and call it a night. What do you say? I'm trying not to badmouth lugs and organizations and stuff. It's still very cool that we're able to do some of this stuff. I just think the longer you're in it as someone who's organizing it, you start seeing patterns and you're like, okay, it's the same 10 people, it's the same 5 people, and I like those people a lot and they're doing great work. But if we don't get new people in here, these same 5 people are eventually going to bow out. You know, we need to get newer people in here. But then it's like, how do you recruit, right? There's a whole Discord thread about lug ambassadors talking about recruiting. And I'm like, man, if we got to recruit people for our lug, I get it, like advertising and stuff. But I'm like, if you get into Lego, here's my thing. If you get into Lego and you search for the city you're in and you say that there's a group that gets together for Lego, that's really all you need, right? Like, I don't understand why you would need to go any further than, oh, there's this group that meets in my city. Oh, there's not a group that meets in my city. And if there's not, maybe I should start one. You know, the idea that you have to go out and promote yourself all the time, it's like, no, you don't. Lego promotes itself. Lego's been around for 60 years. If it's not doing the job, then I'm not gonna be able to help it. I'm not a multi-billion-dollar ad agency. Exactly. It's always the same volunteers. When we did band boosters, it was always the same. It was always the same parents getting together to do the work, and it was pulling teeth to get anybody else to do anything. So totally appreciate that. Yep, I agree, Johnny. I think next year I probably won't do it. It's $300. It's $250. It's $150. It's whatever you want to spend on it that I don't need to spend. But also, like I said, I have bags of it that I haven't even opened yet. I got excited because I used 3 parts for my Microfighters, and that's out of, 3,000 pieces that I ordered or whatever. That's not a good investment. All I'm doing is buying stuff so I can sort it and say, just in case I need this for later. When Bricklink exists, I can just buy it off Bricklink. Whatever parts I need, buy it off Bricklink. I don't need to buy $300 worth of parts ahead of time just in case I need it. Yeah, and we're lucky enough to have a pab wall with our store. The online stuff will have stuff if you need it, if you don't mind waiting between 3 weeks and 2 months to get parts. Sometimes depends on how much are ordered. It's all good. You get it when you get it. It's not a problem. But yeah, I think some of that stuff I may be done with. Project support, I still like because we're able to design something, build something together, make it a nice event. Project and event that can be built and we can come together to do something collaboratively. I still dig that, but I don't know. I'm going to tell Beth this and she's going to be like, are you okay? What have you done with Ben? And I know I'm ripping through this, but it's just a stand. I've done 5 other of these stands. So, almost done here. And then, yeah, Sunday I'll probably do something real light. Maybe just some studio work on who knows what. Don't really know what I have left in studio that I could be working on. Probably not more Microfighters. I think I'm done with them for a while. I got plenty. I'll pick them up again soon. Oh, maybe we'll look at the not gender, but the theme bent stuff. Kind of go with building what I've been working on. I think I started building an AT-AT in studio just so I could do like a I forget what I set it up for, Explorians. We'll see. So all right, well, this is the last guy. Here's your green guy. He's boogieing. He's doing a little walk like an Egyptian kind of thing. So we're going to bring all the guys out here. We got our moon stomp guy. And again, these are massive. So I'm going to tilt the camera up a little bit so you can kind of see them all. And we got dude doing Saturday Night Fever here. And we've got this guy who's doing some breakdancing. One thing is you have to remember when you pick them up like this, the stand may come off. So be careful of that. And some breakdancing there. And we got this big guy in the back just kind of doing the chicken something. So yeah, these are really big. If you get these, keep in mind that you're going to need a lot of shelf space for the width. Because it'll be a good 3 feet of width on these characters, depending on where you put them. Change these guys around a little bit. There you go. That looks cool. Brilliant. And I need to find this guy's wavy arm stuff again because I lost a lot of it and I don't want the cats to eat it or whatever. So okay, well, I will be back on Sunday. I appreciate you guys hanging out and keeping me company. Sorry about the technical issues earlier, but I hope you guys have a good weekend and build some Lego. And if something comes up and I don't talk to you before then, keep an eye out for a video of the con mock being built. And then I will absolutely post a mock walk from the convention sometime next week. So I hope you all have a good rest of your week and a good weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.